I'm Batman, and you're watching Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. I'm Batgirl, and I'm with, what are you dressed as?
Oh, sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm dressed as a reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
From what planet?
Why, the Daily Planet, of course.
Well, as you guys can tell, this week is our DC episode. Let's thank our sponsors at Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything.
And let's take it over to Mark, who's got this week's movie picks.
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, but still went to the movies on Friday. And coming out is Justice League with no Solomon Grundy.
We're asking people we don't know to risk their lives.
Strong man is strongest alone. You ever heard that? That's not a saying. That's the opposite of what the saying is.
Now the Super Friends must fight Steppenwolf of Apocalypse, and Superman nowhere to be found.
Ride ain't over yet.
My man. Also coming out is the movie based on the New York Times bestseller, Wonder. And no, Grundy didn't say Wonder Twins. This is about a facially disfigured boy entering school for the first time, just like when Grundy born on Monday. This film stars Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, and Room's Jacob Tremblay.
I'd like to be able to control the weather. That would be your superpower? That sounds pretty lame. What would you do? I'd be invisible. You're the toughest kid in that school. Show them. You can't blend in when you were born to stand out.
That is it this week. If Solomon Grundy not in Justice League sequel, then Grundy get job on Walking Dead. For one episode. Zombie can't catch a break.
Thanks, Mark.
Now let's take it over to Joe, who had a chance to interview one of the original Batman actors from the old 60s TV show.
Thanks, guys. Joe Johnson here at Stan Lee's LA Comic-Con, and I am here with the lovely, the radiant Lee Meriwether. Such a pleasure to meet you. This is a real honor. Now, we lost Adam West this year. Can you share any memories, any thoughts of working with this great actor?
Oh, it was always a joy to work with him. He was amazing in his, he walked such a fine line, comedy or farce. But it was right in the middle, and it was so beautiful to watch. Every time I worked with him, I admired him so much, and I miss him a lot.
I think we all do. Now, you appeared in the fantastic 1966 feature-length film. Today, when you watch it, it plays as a comedy. Was that the intent? Was that the mood on the set, to have fun and play it for fun?
Oh, absolutely. And I was lucky enough, the most of my time was spent with these geniuses. These fellows taught me so much about film work and deportment on the set and knowing your lines even before you're supposed to be doing them. I was so lucky to have this particular job. I really was.
You get a chance to see the new movies that are coming out. Anne Hathaway played Catwoman and Dark Knight Rises. What's your impression of that performance?
Yes, oh, she was very good. She got to have some really good, mean toys. And there are going to be others, I think. I think this is a franchise that will continue on forever.
Now, I'm not saying this because you're right next to me, but you're my all-time favorite Catwoman, and it's a real pleasure to meet you. Oh, that'll leave a mark. Oh, there we go. I'm in heaven, guys. I think I'm catatonic. Pleasure meeting you.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the ultimate triangle. You could imagine what is going on here.
You know how that got started?
Yeah.
Rumor was that her invisible jet was spotted parked outside the Batcave.
If it's invisible, how'd they spot it?
Well,
That's how rumors start.
Ah. Hey, it was parked in front of my house last night. How you gonna?
you wish. Superman apparently saw it, didn't like it, but you know,
he could see it.
Yeah, he could see it. He could smell it. He can do everything. You know, so he probably.
Except keep Wonder Woman away from Batman, apparently.
Well, she likes rich guys.
Right. So now the question is whether she is a gold digger or just plain shallow. Because I feel like either both guys.
I guess they're super friends with benefits.
Well, I mean, you know, Superman has her strength, so she can't kill him in bed. She has to be gentle with Bruce Wayne.
Right. He gave her the Batawang.
All right.
Okay, so if the baby is super strong, it's Superman. If it's super smart, it's Batman.
So Superman's smart.
Superman ain't that smart.
He ain't as smart as Batman.
He's an alien.
Known for brown.
He's an alien. He has advanced technology.
That don't make him smart.
You're watching Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Out of all the burger and beer joints, you walk into this one. Good call, because now you're face-to-face with the best burger you'll ever have. Handcrafted, locally sourced, and grilled to perfection. Bagger Dave's. Locals wanted.
Hey, fellas. These Highway specials with Cajun crust must be yours. So, where's the game?
There's no game.
Hungry Howies, how may I help you? Yeah, I can't.
These guys again? Well, at least they don't have an air horn.
Flavor fanatics love us because we make our dough fresh daily and have meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howies! Flavor fanatics welcome.
I want a career in robotics and automation, so I chose Lawrence Tech for its first in Michigan robotics engineering program. LTU's brand new STEM complex has a robotics lab where we can design, build, and program robots in a creative atmosphere. And the best thing is, I haven't graduated yet, but I already have a job in my field. I know I made the right choice for my career. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Welcome back to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, everybody.
And now we're going to go to Q, who's going to show us some of his favorite movies that I bet you didn't know are DC. Hey, my coffee's kind of cold. Do you mind?
I don't know what you mean, Batgirl.
Who do you think you're fooling, Kal-El?
All right, Miss Gordon.
Thank you.
This is this is Batman. And this is the best week that Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi has ever done. It's DC week. And I just used the Bat computer to tell you about movies that you didn't know were DC Comics. Now, a lot of these properties were published on the Vertigo lineup, but we all know that Vertigo is owned by DC. Let's start off with A History of Violence. A History of Violence stars Viggo Mortensen as the small town diner owner when his past catches up with him and he has to defend his family.
Why don't you ask Tom and ask him how come he's so good at killing people?
Next off, we're going to start with Road to Perdition, another Oscar award-winning movie, starring Tom Hanks when he takes his family and he's on the run from the mob. And it's an excellent gangster movie. Next, we have V for Vendetta, which is a wonderful, great movie that a lot of people did not know was published by DC Comics. Stars Hugo Weaving as V. Actually, kind of reminds me of something we're going through now.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Next is The Watchmen, which Zack Snyder did perfectly and beautifully. And if anyone had any doubts about the way he's going to conduct the DC universe, just watch The Watchmen.
God help us all.
Last but not least, we have The Losers, which I feel fell short just because a few months before that, The A-Team came out. And a lot of people considered it the same thing as The A-Team.
Face down, or I'll make your heart stop beating with my mind.
This has been the Batman. And Casey, we know there's only one person worthy enough to wear this mask.
Thanks, Q.
Let's go now to Chris, who had a chance to interview one of our favorite comic book artists.
This is Christopher from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, and I'm here at the Motor City Comic Con, and I have with me a legendary artist, Mr. Simon Bisley. If you had any advice today for illustrators, what would it be?
Well, I got in the industry when I was, I think in my 20s, in 1988. I took some of my work to a company in London, 2000 AD, the guys who published Judge Dredd. And I got a job there and then, on the spot. They employed me straight away. But they said my work looked scratchy, so I progressed from there, moved pretty quickly into working with DC Comics, and have done for quite a long time.
I've noticed sort of you've had different mediums that you worked with. Anything that you like to work with the most?
Well, the reason why I use multimedia mediums, it just jazzes it up a bit more, and you get nice contrast and textures, and plus it makes it more interesting for me. Yeah, so I always using car spray paint as in some areas, you know. It's my early stuff.
Well, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Chris. That was great. Now it's time for a beer break.
Yeah, let's go to Shannon at Stone Brewing's Pasadena location.
This segment is sponsored by Bagger Dave's, a proud supporter of local craft beer. Stop in today for the best damn burger and beer. Hey, it's Shannon Long, and today we're at Stone Brewing in the beautiful Pasadena, California, and I'm hanging out with Mike Rodriguez. He's the general manager here at Stone. Stone itself has been around for
21 years.
It's legally.
Yeah, finally. So now we can actually drink. It's been really kind of weird prior to that, so.
Awesome. So when I think of Stone, I think of like one of the most legendary breweries, you know, in the entire United States. So you guys created this category we call IPA to some extent.
Yeah, I wish we could say we did, but no, it's
you helped usher it along, I would say.
We helped bring it back in, along with some other friends we had down south in Escondido, or not Escondido, but in San Diego, and in other parts of the States.
Brad, are you ready to drink some beer with Mike and I?
I am
some
ready to
Stone
drink some
beer.
beer. Let's get stoned on beer.
Yes. Let's start with the classic California West Coast style IPA. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Stone IPA. So we brewed this originally as our first anniversary beer back in 1997.
So a West Coast style IPA is going to be tropical, citrus, a little bit of pine, and unbalanced is really what West Coast IPAs are known for.
I was thinking I just ate an orange I dropped in the forest.
Next up, Arrogant Bastard.
I'm ready. And
not you.
Is there going to be
Playing with a variation of Arrogant Bastard Ale. This is going to be bourbon barrel aged Arrogant Bastard. So we brewed this, I want to say it was 5 years after we opened. Well, and bourbon barrel aged has only been around for a couple of years.
Okay.
So this particular iteration.
But you can smell the bourbon.
Yeah.
You can.
You get the bourbon, you get the wood, some vanilla in from the barrels itself.
The vanilla, the caramel, it's warm. What I'm smelling is warm.
Nice.
Brad, it's time to go to the dark side.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
With Woot Stout.
Woot! Yeah, that's the best of the three.
It's a dangerous thing too, because that doesn't come off as weighing in at 13%. Not
this is
anywhere.
13%?
Absolutely.
We're in so much trouble.
Oh my gosh.
Mike, I can't thank you enough for boozing Brad and I up here
It's
in
my
California
pleasure.
at Stone. And
Absolutely, it's good to have you guys.
Thanks, Shannon. Golly, those look tasty.
I didn't know nerds like beer.
Well, I never drink and fly.
It's time for another commercial break. We'll be right back with more comics, beer, and sci-fi.
I want to be a dermatologist, and though a lot of universities tried to recruit me for basketball, Lawrence Tech had the science curriculum that I wanted. LTU's Southfield campus is a great place to learn, and the classes are small enough that I don't have to wait for office hours to talk to my professors. They're usually right by my side, challenging me and guiding me toward a successful future. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Here's to the tradesmen, the service techs, the installers, the HVAC guys and women who The ones that work with their hands and take pride in keeping the rest of us comfortable. They succeed with hard work and don't have much respect for those that don't. They embody the grit of their city while quietly enjoying the American dream. Here's to the drink after work tasting even better, because they know it was earned. We don't frost brew our beer, and hot chicks won't appear if you drink it. Our beer doesn't come in a bow tie shaped can or need color indicators to tell you it's cold. It won't be delivered by Clydesdale horses, and to tell you the truth, we aren't the most interesting people in the world. Fact of the matter is, we don't tell stories. We just let our beer do the talking.
Welcome back to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, everybody.
Thanks for sticking around. So I heard you got some clips to show us from the DC show Black Lightning.
Yes, and I think that's a job for Superman. As I was saying, there will be 13 new episodes airing on the CW in 2018.
Now you just pissed me off.
That looks great. It's always awesome to have another superhero amongst our ranks.
Absolutely, Batgirl. And now let's go over to Mark, who had a chance to catch up with some Arkham Asylum cosplayers.
So, like, where did you guys get these costumes from?
Made or purchased the orange. My wife did the makeup, and everybody's done a great job.
So in the future, you guys could come as orange as the new black characters. Is it safe to say that DC is your favorite comic book company over Marvel?
I would say Batman is my favorite.
This is the Q from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. I'm here at Stanley's Comic-Con with the Bat family, Batman, Batgirl, and Robin.
Well, we're huge Adam West fans, and with his passing, we decided to pay our respects.
He's been collecting pieces for this for a long time, and I've actually been cosplaying for about 7 years. So I was just like, if he's gonna be Batman, I'm gonna be Batgirl. So my mom actually made the whole bodysuit, and we like collected pieces and everything.
And this is the Bat family, and with the Q from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Hey guys, this is Kryptonian Chris here, standing in for Comic Book Casey, who is with the Justice League, battling off with Steppenwolf. What do we got this week, Aaron?
First off, we got Batman Who Laughs, #1. It's the last issue of the one-shots for Batman Metal.
Yeah, this is a huge story arc going into the Dark Knight Metal, so it's really, really exciting, and I really like what DC is doing right now with this story, getting into the Batman mythos.
Yeah, this is super fun. It's been a really good storyline so far.
And next up, we got Punisher 218, and here's something. He actually gets the War Machine outfit, and he's already a War Machine, so I gotta imagine this is gonna get messy.
And the new Punisher looks just like the Netflix Punisher. It's really cool.
So we got Justice League 33 dealing with the Dark Knight Metal story arc. We're finding that the Justice League, they're in some trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, they're captured by their evil Batman incarnations. There's a different Batman for each one, and they all get captured by them.
Okay, so it looks like we got a character that's going to be returning on the scene, Cyborg.
Cyborg, yeah. The Cyborg Batman kind of kicked him out of the Justice League Tower, and then now he's coming back from the Dark Multiverse. I think with the movie, he'll start to gain a lot more respect, just from his Teen Titan days to now the Justice League.
That's right, I agree.
Next, we have Batman 35. It's the unofficial 800th issue of Batman. This one follows Batman and Catwoman, who have now become engaged, and they're going after Talia al Ghul, who is the mother of Batman's son, Damian.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we got some of that Damian and Talia drama going on, and they're actually looking to exonerate Catwoman because she was accused of mass genocide, isn't that right?
Yep.
Kryptonian Chris signing off. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe Casey can't get a hold of Steppenwolf as he's battling things with the Justice League.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, especially here at Comic City West Bloomfield.
Thank you.
This is Richie and the Q here for Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, and we've got an exclusive DC versus Marvel. We have
Kid Flash
versus
what's that other speedster's guy name?
Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, that jackass.
My money's on Quicksilver, folks. Who do you got?
You know who I got. DC all day, baby. What do you
Kid
think, Richard?
Flash by 4 lengths.
Well, you know what that means. DC wins again.
The fans are let down. Marvel's let down. DC won today. Quicksilver, what happened out there?
I don't know. It's too hot for me today. My jacket. I don't know. I guess I wasn't fast enough.
Well, obviously you weren't fast enough because you didn't win the race. I never heard so many excuses in my life. All right, it's a tough day for Marvel and Quicksilver here. This is Richie Rollins signing off.
And we just seen you dust Marvel's Quicksilver in this race because you have the power of the Speed Force, and I knew it was going to happen, so tell me how you won.
I just happened to be faster. I mean, there's no beating pure talent.
Wow, that looked fun. Those guys are fast.
Well, not fly around the world and make it spin in the opposite direction fast, but I imagine they'd get a pizza on time.
Well, we've got one last commercial break. Stick around. We'll be back in a flash.
Join the pop side with new Pop Chip Star Wars Galaxy Puffs, the perfect intergalactic treat for the Star Wars lover in all of us. These aged white cheddar pop puffs come in a variety of shapes, are gluten-free, non-GMO, and made with real cheese. Take your snacking into hyperspace. Find all of Pop Chip's great flavors in your local Kroger.
I want to blend my business education and athletic skills and open my own fitness center. At Lawrence Tech, I'm learning how to research, present, and to really think like an entrepreneur. And I love the small college feel here, where there's always something to do. We have men's and women's intercollegiate sports and dozens of student organizations. I can't wait to apply what I'm learning here in the real world. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
When every seat in the house looks like this, there are no bad seats. Pull up a chair and get face-to-face with the best burger you'll ever have. Bagger Dave's, locals wanted.
When you graduate from Northwestern Tech, heating and cooling companies take notice. And getting noticed is nice, but even better when it comes with respect.
With a demand for HVAC techs and the type of money you can make in this industry, skilled tradespeople are getting the respect that they deserve.
Hands-on training, experienced instructors, and thousands of Northwestern Tech graduates.
In just 10.5 months, you can have the career and the respect you deserve.
Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
Welcome back to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, everyone. We hope you're enjoying our show on all things DC.
And now it's time for our gaming segment with Samantha.
What's up, fellow gamers? This is Samantha with Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, and this week we'll be looking at the stellar DC games available for your favorite system. This segment is brought to you by Lawrence Tech. Okay, gamers, first up is one of my favorite games, DC Universe Online. Players can design their own superhero or villain and dominate the DC world. Another great thing about this Super DC game is that it's free. Once you do make your character, you can join the Justice League or the Society and then start your adventure after that. I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, so my second pick is Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I mean, what's cooler than having Sub-Zero vs. Batman in a one-on-one duel? Of course, this game is complete with all the combos you love from the original game, but now players can use them against their favorite or least favorite DC heroes and villains. Next up is one of the most popular fighting games released within the last couple of years, Batman Arkham City. This is the sequel to Arkham Asylum, which Rocksteady Studios then built upon to make Arkham City so great. They added new combos, a larger world to explore, and better animations. This game is known for the great fighting style that everyone loves because it's intense and fun at the same time. Arkham City also incorporated better puzzle solving to allow players to genuinely embody everything the Dark Knight has been for over 70 years. Another great fighting game that I also enjoy is Injustice 2: Gods Among Us. The makers of this game did not mess around when creating it. NetherRealm Studios listened to their fans and fixed literally every problem that they had encountered from the first game and made it to where Injustice 2 was nearly perfect. It introduces a new feature called the Gear System that rewards players with costume pieces and equipment that can be used to customize characters' appearances and modify their abilities and stats. You can also download the companion app on your phone. Well, that's it for this week, gamers. Until next time, this has been Samantha with Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. Happy gaming.
Thanks, Samantha. And if you're interested in making games as well as playing them, then you need to check out Lawrence Technological University.
LTU offers two great programs, game art and game software development. Check out their website for more information.
Up next is Brad, who talked to one of the actors from the show Arrow.
Hey, it's the Bradcast, and I'm at the Monroe Comic-Con, and I'm here with Alicia Rotaru.
Hi.
You have seen her in Arrow. What do you like about coming to these Comic-Cons?
The best thing for me is meeting everybody, because you don't really get an opportunity to do that in an environment that's cultivated around the pop culture of what we get to play in. So for me, it's literally about you.
You were just recently in Arrow and you were killed off.
But no, being on Arrow was wonderful. It's a show that's literally filmed in my backyard, so it was really cool being able to get up and drive to work and know that it shoots like 20 minutes from my home. So it's always been on my list of a show to work on, especially with Stephen Amell, who's another Canadian and who's killing it in the industry. In terms of my character, I didn't know, we never knew what was gonna happen with her. Even though she is killed off, you never know if she'll ever come back.
Isn't that amazing how that works in comic books? You really do some fantastic stuff between the acting in movies and TV and the voiceover.
Yes.
And you're just becoming and you're young yet, so you've got many, many years of impressing us with stuff in the future. And next time you're down here, hopefully we'll have a chance to stop by and talk to you.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll be for My Little Pony convention. You never know.
That is happening, I'm sure. This has been the Bradcast. We'll see you.
Thanks, Brad. And now for the last segment of our show.
Here's Richie with this week's video picks.
Flash, Wonder Woman. This one or this one? I don't know. I mean, they're both pretty good. Oh, hey, let's go to some clips while I make a decision. Since it's DC Comics Week, we have to kick things off with the DC Universe 10th Anniversary Collection, which was released on November 7th. The set includes 30 animated movies, starting with Superman Doomsday, and goes all the way through to this year's Batman and Harley Quinn. The Blu-ray version includes 5 shorts and loads of extras on 2 bonus discs. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets bombed at the box office, but don't let that keep you from checking it out. Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne play futuristic special agents who have to save the universe in Luc Besson's visually spectacular new sci-fi adventure film. The movie is based on the groundbreaking French comic book series and is available on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K.
Home sweet home.
Next up is Hitman's Bodyguard, which isn't a great movie, but it's a ton of fun seeing Deadpool and Nick Fury team up in an action comedy.
My job is to keep you out of harm's way.
Ryan Reynolds plays a bodyguard who is hired to protect a hitman played by Samuel L. Jackson, who has to testify at an international criminal court. Gary Oldman and Salma Hayek also star in this crowd-pleasing hit. The 2-disc set is loaded with extras. That's it for this week. I'm off to my invisible jet.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Shut up, Q. She's better than your Batman.
Thanks, everyone, for watching another episode of Comic Experience Sci-Fi. Want to thank our sponsors at Lawrence Tech. Possible is everything. What's the matter?
Oh, sorry. Sometimes my X-ray vision has a mind of its own.
Hope it's not X-rated.
Well, I do spend an awful lot of time in the Fortress of Solitude.